Hey guys, this is Dimitri with Joe's Gaming and Electronics, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to replace the hinge and the hinge swivel on the right side of your Sony UltraWear 900N headphones. We do have these parts available on our website, as well as all the tools that you'll see me using in this video for this repair. We do have them available on our website as well. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So first thing first, on the right side, we're using our pry tool to remove the ear pad. Just get underneath, pry the bottom up, and it should come off. Remove this foam, and right here we're going to use a Phillips 1.5mm screwdriver. We're just going to remove the 4 screws that are on the inside. So these screws don't want to pop out willfully, so we'll use our fine nose tweezers, get the screws out. Once those 4 screws are out with our 1.5mm flathead, just want to push the touchpad off like so. And right here we're going to disconnect the ribbons. Make sure you pull the tab up and unplug the battery. Once the battery is unplugged, we could remove the heat tape using some flux. I'm gonna add that to the solder points. And I am using a solder iron. I'm running it at 750 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and solder all these wires right here. Once these set of wires are unsoldered, I'm just going to twist them together. It's going to make it a lot easier to kind of determine what wires go on the top points and what ones go below. It just kind of keeps them bunched together. And we're going to add some flux to the last set. The only wires you don't have to unsolder are the 2 speaker wires and then the sensor wire right there. Once the main internal wire is unsoldered, we can remove this gasket mesh. And with a Phillips 1.5 screwdriver, there's 2 silver screws that you will want to remove. Once those are out, you can pop this side up, pop the cup off. Now, flip the headphones over and remove this Phillips screw right there. Once we've done that, we're going to go in here with our flathead. Remove this O-ring gasket. And now we're going to remove the inner. Once we got these 2 points disconnected, instead of pulling up, you just want to shimmy this and pull the U out. There's a tab right here and it goes inside of there, so if you try to lift it up you'll break it, so make sure that you pull it out that way. Once we've done that, we can pull the main wire out, and right here we have a little metal horseshoe, and for this one I like to use the fine nose tweezers that have a slight curve. There's 2 little holes in there. We could just get in there, break it loose, and then with our flathead we can remove the little horseshoe. Once that is removed, this will pop right out. like so. And if you're looking to remove this part, that's how you do it. And then just stay tuned for the video. When I get to this, I'll show you how to assemble it. Now for the hinge swivel part, we got a couple Phillips screws right here. Might have to fight it a little bit. Once that is disassembled, 2 more screws right here. Once those screws are removed, we can pop this piece out, set it aside, and now down to the hinge. We have a screw on this side and a screw on that side. Do keep the screws separate. If you can tell, they are all different sizes. These ones look the same on video, but they are different. Once you pop this piece off, you could just slide this through and out. And then if you're replacing one with a new one, it's just going to be the same process. You end up taking it apart and then you just feed the wires through. Put the tab back on and fasten it with the 2 little black screws. Now we're fastening the hinge swivel. Now that that's complete, we are going to assemble these parts together. And it should just slide.
Hey, this is Joe from the Sauna. If this video brought you value, please support us by buying parts, tools, refurbished electronics, or sending your device in for repair so we can keep offering you free repair tutorials. Back to the video.
Yeah, this right now is not really cooperating with me, but you get the gist. You want to get these tabs in the rail, push it down, and then slide so that these tabs are over this. You just gotta play around with it and kind of shimmy it so that it gets into the grooves. There you go. Now that we've done that, you can fasten these 2 screws. Next step, feed the main wire through the hinge, and we're going to take this little metal horseshoe guy, pop it back in. And you want to push this down far enough so that this opening right here is exposed. I'll show you why in just a moment. Once we've done that, we can tuck the main wire back into the grooves. So you want to make sure that is the little horseshoe is pushed down far enough for the opening so that we could get this tab in. You just want to line it up and push it in. If it's not going, that means you need to push it down some more. Just like that, and you can clip the inner part in. Screw it down, and now don't forget to put the little O-ring gasket back on. Now we're ready to solder the wires back onto the power board, but before you do that, make sure that you install this piece right here. We're pushing this in first like that, and then this side we can just push down, and you can go ahead and fasten it with the two little silver screws. Perfect. Now that we have done that, last thing we're going to do before we start soldering is put the gasket back on. There's an outline for this, so it should fit right in. Use the flathead to assist if necessary. And now we are ready to solder. So why I bunched this up is because I know these wires will go on these points first, and then the bunched goes on top. It just makes it a lot easier to decipher which wire goes where. Going to use our tweezers to assist. Once these wires are in, this is the order. Let's see if I could get this to focus up closer so you guys could get a better view. Once those wires are soldered into place, I'm going to use a Q-tip with some isopropyl. We're going to clean off whatever flux is on there. Clean it off, make sure it's nice and dry. And the tape that we removed, we do sell these on our website as well. We're going to apply some new heat resistant tape. This is mainly so that these wires that you're gonna solder up top don't touch the contact points on those. Otherwise it'll make your headphones malfunction. We don't want that. So we're going to stretch this across all these solder points. It's really important that you make sure you clean it well. If there's any flux, it's not gonna want to stick. And also don't touch it with your fingers, because this tape, it's just one of those tapes where if you make contact with it, it loses its adhesiveness fairly quick, but it does work very well. Now that we added that strip, we are ready to solder these wires on. Once those wires are soldered on, we're going to do the same thing. Get a Q-tip with some isopropyl. Clean it up, and we can push the wire back into the groove right here on the side. Once we've done that, I like to just press down on the wires. Grab a strip of this tape. Just gonna use a razor to cut myself a strip. Make sure you clean the board very well from all the flux resin, otherwise it's not gonna want to stick. Extra tape never hurt nobody. As long as it's on there. Now we can plug the ribbons back in. Realistically, you don't need to unplug the ribbons. I do it just in case it causes a short anywhere, but if you unplug the battery, you should be good. But we unplugged this one so that we could remove the touchpad out of the way. Make sure you pull those black tabs back down or push them down once the ribbons are plugged in. Now we could plug the battery in like so. Take this, place it over the top. Flip the headphones over and secure the touchpad with the 4 screws. Once the screws are in, could put the cushion piece back on, and with the ear pad, if you notice, this is up top, it's straight centered. This is off to the right side, that is up top, straight centered. This is off to the left side, so if you flip it over, that is how you line it up. And just push down on the ear pad, it'll clip into place. You could give it a tug, everything is secure, and that is how you replace the hinge or the hinge swivel on the right side of your Sony UltraWear 900N headphones. Once again, all the tools that you saw me using in this video, we do have them available on our website. The link will be down in the description below, as well as the hinge part. We do have that available as well. That will be included in the link down in the description as well. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you guys love what we do, please support us. You guys can click on the links that we have on the end screen. You guys can buy our parts, sales, or service so we can continue to make great videos for you guys for many more years. Thank you.